Before you start playing the violin, wash your hands with soap, and then you definitely need to tune it. Make sure, get an electronic tuner to tune it, and make sure the strings are roughly in the right pitch by using the pegs at the top. So turn the pegs. Don't tune it like this, because you'll put pressure on the neck. Put your hand up here so you can tune it, and push in gently as you turn, or a little bit harder if it's slipping too much. Then when they're roughly in tune, use these to tune them properly. Grab your bow, turn the nut clockwise to make it tighter. You want about 7 to 10 millimeters, or between the bow and the wood. More if you want to play it more classically, I suspect. Then rosin. Rosin makes the strings grip. For new bows, you want a lot of rosin. If you're not sure, use more. Basically, you're not pressing too hard. You're going all the way up to the tip and all the way down to the frog. That's this black plastic thing, and I normally add in a bit on the ends. Make sure it grips. You can always wipe it off if you put too much on. Okay. Then grab your violin. You want to duster there. Straight arm, grab it here, straight arm, fly it in so it goes in there. Grab your bow again. Now, how to hold the bow. You've got your thumb, which is bent, which goes sort of where the black frog meets the wood. Okay, so it's bent in there. And then your middle two fingers go either side of your thumb. Not here, not here, either side of your thumb, and they curl all the way around. So they're almost touching the string. Your first finger goes halfway along the metal bit, again curling round, so it's quite touching that. And your little finger goes straight on top of the bow, and you probably need to tilt your hand to get it straight on top of the bow. Okay, so you've got it firmly gripped there. Then we want to, now don't forget, you're not holding the violin like this with no gap between your hand and your neck. You're holding it like this. And you want to bow halfway between the bridge and the fingerboard. So we're going to do some open strings to make sure you're doing that. When you bow, you try not to soar, which is where you move your whole arm like this, and you sort of soar all the way across the strings like this. You basically need to keep your upper arm steady. One way to do this is to actually bow against a wall. So I'm bowing against a wall here, and I'm just moving my upper arm, my lower arm and my wrist. My upper arm's not moving. Just my elbow's moving. And as my elbow moves, my wrist moves. That's about as far as I can get without moving my upper arm. You don't want to press too hard, because then you get this sound. You don't want to press too lightly, because then you get this sound. Sort of feathery sound. It has to be halfway through the middle. So again, and go all the way to the tip, to the frog, to the tip, to the frog 4 times on each string, just to practice that. Now some notes. So using the electronic tuner, make sure your G's in tune, and then play with your first finger an A. Don't forget, like this, not like this, like this. Okay, play an A until you're happy with, then play a B with your second finger, keeping your first finger on, then play a C, and then just keep practicing that until you know where your hand needs to be on the violin. Great.